Let us face the facts. Today, what do we hear? Is the promotion of ethnocentric elitism, which is masquerading as intellectualism.
That's right. Brofu we nyina no ekoso enra ewon kran wo bra na NDC outdoor omu running mate for 2024 election. Ebusua utimu se brofu akese enti eho na national chairman ekasa mekire yewura Asiedu Nketia ekasa no oka bibi wo mu a Ghana fo nyina no ese na we de meet ben na omu be hye na adan NDC for ba no omba bedi Ghana sika na because meet ben na all ka ho asem abusua na nkomo ni.
Let me begin by saying that today marks a very important landmark towards our march towards victory 2024. And on occasions like this, we must assess ourselves and identify the risks ahead of our journey to victory. I don't intend to spoil the mood, but let me say that we are happy that the polls are projecting a massive victory for us, both for President Mahama and for a resounding majority in Parliament in 2025. But I like to caution that polls results alone don't constitute victory for any political party. And we must be aware that our opponents have a lot of money and they are going into the vote market with a lot of looted cash. One of the first major risks that we face is to pretend to compete with them in the game of vote buying. No matter what we do, we cannot mobilize enough resources to be able to compete with them in money politics. And indeed, they will be happy if we move the battle away from principles, from integrity, from honesty and truthfulness to the battle of who pays higher. So I like to caution all of us that don't let us abandon the tool we are more comfortable with and try to pick the tools that MPP is comfortable with. So let's remain a party of honesty, a party of truth, a party of integrity. And that is the only way we can defeat MPP. The second risk I want us to guard against is the risk of complacency. The polls figures tend to create a picture that we have already won. I like to caution everybody that we have not won yet. We are on the way to victory. But let's guard against complacency. Number 3, because we are already convinced that we are there, a lot of people have begun taking positions and fighting over who will be what in the next government. Indeed, some people are not only fighting about the positions they will occupy, they are telling all others that they will be the kingmakers and they will be making their appointments. If we are not careful, this will dampen the enthusiasm and the spirit of our followers. So I want to assure everybody that we are not there yet. Don't be fighting about positions. And don't be struggling about who will make appointments. Let us all go for the hunting first, and when we kill the game, we now argue about how to share the meat. Finally, a lot of us assume that we have won 2024 and that somehow we have succeeded in governing this country so well that Ghanaians will be willing to return us to power in 2028. So I can see orchestrations and movements towards positioning ourselves for what happens in 2028. I beg you, the name of our game now is Victory December 2024. Let us seek ye first the victory for December 2024, and all other things shall be added unto thee. Thank you very much, and may God bless us all. I wish to congratulate Professor Opoku-Agyemang for a wonderful day, and we hope, we have the firm belief that the party is solidly behind her and behind President John Dramani Mahama. And we have no doubt at all that he will perform wonders and restore the position of Vice President of the Republic of Ghana to its usual dignity. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.
Sharing the meat. What? I know the meat you call it the honorable Yabesro. Say, Obeba Bontene, na wabechre ye meat kra, moba share no. Wakasa kama, ose omunhwe na ase positions no, omasha ase phone positions ne fa, ene ade no ene ya moba wini de. Nenso so, na sharing the meat na odi be win. Sharing the meat no, eho ni asemo no. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama so ekasai. Na ochire die nti a oyi ye maame Professor Nana Opoku-Agyemang as the running mate. Na Asembia, the founder of NDC, oye the late former president J.J. Rawlings, catcher no 2020. Abusuya wada ni nyina edi. Ene eniema pa ono eye ye maame Nana Jane Opoku ebetime de aboa ono Mahama. Niema pa wahu woni munti a oyi no say o men running mate. Na 2020 amfa na bama mu but the enti a wasa ayi no say 2024 osane ye maame Professor Nana Opoku-Agyemang ekwakwogina no former president John Dramani Mahama edituvia
that will place value on integrity, truth and accountability. Ghana needs a leadership that will roll up its sleeves and accept responsibility for our current reality and face the present storm stoically and steer the ship of state into safer and calmer waters. Ghana in its present crisis needs leadership that will do things differently, including sacrificing personal comforts to achieve a Ghana of shared prosperity for all of us, not just a few. The next 4 years will be pivotal for our country's destiny. The urgency required to take our country to the height it deserves will be matched by each waking day. If there was any indication of intent to think outside the box, to be innovative and use our best human resources to deliver the Ghana we all want, then it is in my choice of Nana Opoku-Agyemang as my running mate. As my running mate and potential Vice President of Ghana going into the 2024 elections, I do not doubt this, as her globally acclaimed credentials attest to that. Nana Jane is a woman of unquestionable integrity and whose reputation for honesty and ethical behavior is unparalleled. Our late leader, the founder of the National Democratic Congress and the Fourth Republic, President Jerry John Rawlings, acknowledged her integrity when he told her in 2020, "There is no doubt that it is your integrity that has earned you the position as running mate." A former Minister of Education, a trailblazing first female Vice Chancellor of a public university in Ghana, and celebrated as a scholar and as an administrator, her shining credentials are endless on the African continent and across the globe. She is a woman who will accept responsibility and bring honesty and truth back to the office of the Vice President. With Nana Jane as my Vice President, Ghana can be assured that an NDC government led by me, President John Dramani Mahama, will fight corruption and restore the gaping absence of accountability that is the current hallmark of this government.
Afeni ebe ko brofo kese na o te ye no eso professor ye ma me akire se oye professor mpa no de o se oba bibi o bere se bibi abekoye na se bibi ankoye a on safety blame no emfa ma driver no ono de one de ba ni nyina na etika ni mu eze bibi ankoye a o ma megina ba bi enka se ono de na onye driver na oye mate da bi afezu so obehwe se oma disika oma de Ghana abo atopre Ghana sika ene ye japade abo atopre no enye threat one kan ye o se enye threat na emom eye promise a o meki se omo bedi ade omo betina kunwa ne so a ba bi aketa hyehye ene proye ekoduru ye bia no obi a ne sahase ye bia no abusua ombeyi isafo no nyina apie obi a oma ne ho kwan ema sika bi fa ne nsase ede Ghana esika eye bribia ensem fra bia no safo no omunya tumi na ombeyi omunyina apie me kai wo se okaka ho se enye threat na emom eye promise a o meki.
President Mahama, Thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, before I go on to other important matters, please let me state my understanding of where we are as a country, as a nation, and the implications of what lay ahead. The election ahead is not so much about Ghana making history, although that is important. It is not so much about returning a competent president back to power. It is not even about producing the first woman vice president, historical and exciting though these are. It is not only about bringing the NDC back to power, although that is indispensable in our current circumstances. The elections ahead and winning them is about winning elections for a purpose. The purpose goes beyond those enumerated above. The purpose is the opportunity to heal our country again. It is about the opportunity to pull Ghana back from the precipice of destruction, of normalizing corruption, of incomprehensive greed, from deep despair. The election ahead and winning it for our party is about hard work and abiding sacrifice. It is to embrace everyone in building a Ghana that functions again. It is to work towards a Ghana where citizens have confidence and hope and are determined to regain their independence of thought and of agenda. We must work towards a Ghana that at the very least can feed itself. We know we can. We must work towards a Ghana where the law truly works, where there is shared prosperity, where democracy has not become a fluke, where people are not abused, and where the basic necessities of life are not denied the majority. It is a chance to work hard towards building a country where citizens do not feel disrespected or intimidated or ignored because of the way they vote or the language they speak. The victory we seek as a party is to invite everyone to the onerous task of rebuilding a broken Ghana, of restoring hope in a manner that the is capable of, and evidenced by its history and achievements, especially the recent ones under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. My brothers and sisters, we are not in ordinary times. This is not news. Some of us have been around for a while and have experienced the to and fro of politics in Ghana, but never have we experienced the levels of greed, unbridled arrogance, unrestrained impunity, sheer dishonesty, barefaced hypocrisy, incompassion as displayed by this incumbent government over the past 6 years and more. And distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the task ahead is formidable, much more than it was 4 years ago. When people ask me, why are you doing this? Let me explain. I remain inspired by the fact that as a people, we have faced terrible situations before. Check our history. Please don't begin with the Fourth Republic or the struggle for independence, although these are also important milestones. Go hundreds of years back. In those hard times, our forefathers and our foremothers too did not throw up their arms in despair. They fought back. They resisted. They sacrificed. They persevered. They brought back hope when there was none. They picked up the pieces of a broken people and carefully and strategically sewed them back. And they left for us a legacy of selflessness, of true patriotism and pride. It is our responsibility today to leave something better for the next generations. Giving up is not an option. We must all soldier on. Across the political divide, across social and professional groupings, among the youth, you hear complaints and stories concerning state capture, where this government has chosen to use its power not in the broader interest of all Ghanaians, but to favor a small clique. What is that? John and I have agreed that whoever has participated in the plunder of the state must be held accountable. And my friends, this is not a threat, it is a promise.
Abusia enra na esewani ewo UPSA na enya semketwa na esewani na wosenka wo hobie na nka wohudie na ekoso no na enye asemkuma akra enti yei ene de enra etimi ekoso obra na NDC for outdoor omu running mate ya mame Professor Nana Opoku-Agyemang. Abusia afi 2024 election no aye hu pa utie nsemu a NDC for de agu akwamu na emmom de course ni nyina no de Ghana for ka ho nsem wo social ene ne media no so ye papa national chairman honorable Asiedu Nketia sharing the meat. What meat are they going to share? Meat ben no mu kwa share no meat ben. Is it Ghana's money or what meat? We are yet to know. Abusia a strong media. Make sure say obekire wadwen afa video a wahwesisi e ho. Na wo wie nso a wa share ama onua bi ensa atumi aka. Enra de ekoso e wo UPSA enkrabonten so NDC for outdoor, not just NDC for eyi omu running mate de akire ama Ghana for nyina ehu say officially 2024 election no John Dramani Mahama na agency Frank Tufo a yento ne so aba na bedi akiri enso so ye maame Professor Nana Opoku-Agyemang. Ebusua enrada koma course no bi na strong media ya pone de abesomo no wadwen kire ene saying semo a omampanyini dada kan ye ensemo a ye maame a oba be ye running mate ye maame a oye running mate kan ye ene the national chairman Asiedu Nketia kan ye. Ebusua wadwen kire no mehia no comment section ho aye strong media meda wase na mama wo mo ene hwe.